Welcome back, players and collectors, to my channel, Ren's Collectibles. We are back with my podcast style episodes here, the TCG Talk. So today it's just me, no special guests or anything like that. That will come in the future. But we've got a few different TCGs to talk about, some latest news roundup, some new releases, and some drama already unfolding in one of these TCGs. But if you are not interested in certain TCGs, make sure you look down below. I'm going to try to put these into chapters. That way you can just jump to the TCG you want to hear talked about and go from there. But we're going to be talking about news in the Lorcana realm, the Metazoo realm. I know we haven't heard that one in a while. Mythik TCG and Nostalgix. So maybe some bonus stuff at the end. We'll see. I'm kind of hoping something drops from the time that I record this until the time it releases. Maybe I can edit something in here, but I'm waiting for something. It might have to just wait till the next episode if it doesn't drop. But all the same, we've got lots of TCG news to catch up on, so let's dive right on in. All right, we are gonna start off with the big one, Lorcana. You guys know I love me some Lorcana. Actually going to my LGS tonight to play some Lorcana with a new deck I've been building. But we're here to talk about the news, and the news for this one is Arcasia's Island, the new set coming out next month. I believe the release is actually March 7th for LGSs and March 21st then for game stores. But there's lots of new things that are coming with this set, which are pretty awesome, honestly. Like, Lorcana just keeps taking steps in the right direction to improve the game and make it even more playable. And some of it is including some new cards here. You know, you get more of the bolt action. You're now getting the Aristocats, that type of stuff in here. But as you can see, there's new dual ink cards, baby. That's right. Boy, oh boy, was that kind of a revelation for the game and for all the community as a whole. A lot of people did not predict that dual inks would land this soon. Something that we all kind of knew would eventually happen. It was inevitable as the game progresses, but I think a lot of people didn't see it coming this quickly, this early on. But basically, dual inks are just that. It's a card that has two different ink colors, and it says it somewhere in here. I'm just going to tell you guys now, but it says it in here somewhere that you have to play it in the specific deck that has the two ink colors. So, for Lorcana, you can have up to two ink colors, but you cannot have more than two ink colors. So this kind of definitely takes an interesting step in a direction. Again, I don't think very many people thought this was going to happen. So basically, if you see this bolt card here on the screen, you'll see that it is amber and steel. So it's a yellow-gray deck, and that means it can only be played in a deck that runs amber steel. It can't be any amber deck. It can't be any steel deck. It has to be specifically an amber steel deck. So the cards are very specific to what they're put out there for. And honestly, I'm okay with it, because this pretty much means they're trying to get some ink color combinations that aren't utilized very heavily, some action, some gameplay. So I'm pretty cool with that, The other thing that I thought was really, really cool is that they're bringing back these like art cards that Lorcana has in every pack, but it's different. So it's going to be, so right here it says, this is only the start of the story for Arcasia's Island. For within each booster pack, players and collectors will find a lore card. Each is a page that, when put together with the other lore cards, reveals an exciting adventure. Collect them all to discover more to the story. So they're kind of going beyond just like having art cards, which are cool. The little puzzle pieces and things were pretty cool, but I love that we're getting lore with it. I think that is super underrated. Not a lot of games do this type of thing, and I wish more of them would. especially some of the newer games. They could really benefit off of having some lore cards like this. So, truth be told, I'm really looking forward to having this in the sets. I think it's going to be a really good addition to Lorcana and kind of good for the game to get people really into the lore that's been created around this, especially since Arcasia is a character that was made by Ravensburger for the game. So, very interesting there. We also have, yes, here is the pre-release is March 7th. So that means for the LGSs, it's going to be available. And then everywhere else, so big box stores, Walmart, Target, Meijer, all those will be March 21st. And we do get a little bit of a look here at what these individuals look like. The booster box there, you can kind of see very appealing to the eye. I love like just like the cream color with that forest green. I think it looks fantastic. This might be one of the best looking boxes we've gotten from Lorcana. But you know, got Bolt, Mad Hatter, Maribel. You got like the new inventor Bell over here and Iago. I feel like the Iago is just like a super random one. But we've got a look at the two starter decks, and now it makes a little bit more sense when you see them on the starter deck. But we are getting a Ruby Sapphire starter deck, as if it needs more assistance. And then we have an Amethyst Steel, which I could see Amethyst Steel kind of being a little bit more prevalent with this set. You never know until the set actually drops, but I think these are actually primed to be two decent starter decks. We just really have to wait and see. But we got the Trove as well. The Troves are just the same as they've always been. Again, I love the design of the box. I love the color scheme, so it's definitely one I'm going to be picking up. And then we have the Lilo gift set. So what's interesting is that this comes with 5 assorted booster packs. So it's not like the traditional gift sets, which have been for, you know, each set that's been released and had nothing but those packs in it. For example, the newest one we've gotten was the Stitch Collector binder set. That had, you know, the Stitch binder in it. I don't know if it had sleeves in it or not, but it came with 4 Azerite C booster packs. So it was all Azerite C. There was no variation. So this is going to be an interesting one because it comes with 5 assorted booster packs, meaning we don't really know what is going to be in there yet. Probably heavy on the Arcasia's Island. I'm going to wager at least 2 or 3. And when I say wager, I just mean I'm not actually gambling anything here. But I would be willing to bet that this has at least 2 to 3 Arcasia Island packs and maybe 2 of Azerite Sea, or maybe it's like 2 Arcasia Island, 2 Azerite Sea, 1 Shimmering Skies. I feel like that's probably the way it's going to go. But you get this really nice foil promo here, and as we've seen from the recent stuff, they're really good. They're sparkly, shiny. You got these dividers, and then you got this like little card storage box featuring Lilo and Stitch. So that's going to be pretty cool too. And then we got the card sleeves in boxes. So Ursula and Cinderella are the featured ones on here. Kind of an interesting choice for those. I feel like Ursula probably would have been better off in the Ursula's Return set, but hey, I mean, who am I to say anything here, right? But this is the new. Wow, I thought that would zoom in a whole lot more than it did. These are the new dual ink cards. So you can see that there's a bunch of different kinds of them. You got yellow, green, red, blue, amethyst, steel. I don't know why I said colors and then I just went to the gem types, but very interesting combination of inks and abilities. But they also wanted to showcase that they've got some new Disney series coming into the set featuring the Aristocats. That's probably the big one. I know a lot of people were getting excited about seeing the Aristocats in here. They got quite a few they've revealed. Bolt is definitely getting some love with this set as well. My kids are going to go nuts for this. They absolutely love Bolt. My daughter watches Bolt pretty much daily, so this is gonna be a good one. And then Lady and the Tramp. So a lot of newer Disney fans probably won't know what Lady and the Tramp is because that one was back from my time, but that was a fantastic movie too, and it's going to be kind of nice to see some of these artworks just come to life again, really bringing back some of these movies, these series that we haven't seen in a while. So very interested and excited to see all that. And then, yeah, this is talking about the introduction of Duel Links. We do see a little bit more here as well, which is why I wanted to bring it up and kind of showcase that we are getting quite a few. And honestly, up to this point, they've revealed tons of cards. I like to watch the Inkborn, or was it Inkborn Heroes or Ink Heroes, on Instagram. They do some really good graphics, and they've basically been putting out every card that's been revealed sorted by ink type and Duel Links, which is really, I mean, good for them for doing it. I highly recommend you check them out. But yeah, no, this they have so many different Duel Inks in this set, and it's crazy. All right, let's see. The Troubadour, that's a good one. Pascal from Rapunzel, Calhoun. This is not the menacing Calhoun that we are seeing in Steel right now, but you love to see it. And there's just a lot of good cards on here, as you can kind of see. Lots of good ones. Steel Fossa making a triumphant return here. I mean, a shift 5, that's not bad. 5/7. Quest for 2, evasive, resist 1. Not bad. Cusco. Um, this one's not bad either for a 4 cost, but it's uninkable. 2/2, quest for 2. At start of each turn, choose 1. Each player draws a card, or each player chooses and discards a card. So, I mean, kind of gives you some choice there, or at least the illusion of it. The thing that I am not thrilled about so far is there's no Kronks. There's been no Kronks revealed. Now, there's still time. They could right the wrong here and reveal a Kronk, but I feel like we need a Kronk in every set at least. We gotta make Kronk playable. That's my bottom line. Denahi, I love that they're throwing Brother Bear in here. This was a movie that I just absolutely loved and adored as a kid. I remember spending a lot of time watching Brother Bear, so I love seeing that it's getting some love here. We got a new beast, a 6 cost, uninkable, 5/5, 2 lore. And then tap for 2, banish, I say tap, exert for 2, banish 2 of your items, deal 5 damage to chosen character. So it's like, mm, it's not bad. It's not great. I don't know. I'm indifferent on it. That's not my playstyle. So there's some people that are super excited about this card. It's just not mine. It's just not for me. Now, this is one that makes me a little bit more excited. Lady Cluck, 5-drop, inkable, 2/7, quest for 1 lore, but she has bodyguard. So you got to get through 7 pretty fast and also awards. So it can't be targeted except for challenge. So you drop one or two of these on the field, you're set. Let's be real here. You're gonna be set. Um, and then they have actually put on here the story behind dual ink casting. Having successfully navigated the Azurite Sea, our heroes discover the enigmatic Arcasia's island, filled with traps and challenges and dominated by a mysterious owl-shaped castle in its center. After overcoming the island's many barriers, they meet the titular Arcasia, one of the original Illumineers and owner of the mysterious Inkcaster. As a reward for making it through challenges, she teaches them dual ink casting, a long forgotten method for summoning special glimmers. So, and then it says, speaking of glimmers, a Jafar glimmer has been watching and learning and hopes to use this new type of ink casting to further his plan. So we do know that later on in the future, this year, there's going to be Jafar Returns is one of the sets that's been planned. So we're going to have Arcasia's Island, and then the next one I believe is the Fabled series, or Fabled set, which is going to be like a throwback, almost more vintage. I feel like it's almost going to be like a special set, you know, but I could be wrong on that. And then the third set for the year will be Jafar Return, or the Return of Jafar, or whatever it's called. And then more dual ink cards to discover. So as you can see above, every pairing of ink is represented with dual ink cards right out of the gate. As Arcadia Island previews continue, we hope you will be excited to see more of what Arcadia's new type of ink casting has to offer. So again, we've seen quite a few of these cards. I'm not going to just go through them all. To be quite honest, it's very difficult to get them all in one place because Disney. I love that like Ravensburger has been doing this content creator thing where they give all these different content creators and not just like American ones. You're talking U.S., Canadian, Mexican, all these different European countries, Asian countries are getting these cards to reveal. So it's been fun. It's been awesome watching all these cards pop up and seeing what they do and seeing how they got revealed and who's been revealing them. However, that means that they're everywhere. There's no like one place to come together and get them. So it is what it is. But Lorcana is looking really awesome, really fun. We're still waiting for the World Tournament. Um, they haven't really posted much about it. They did come out with the whole thing that happened with Melbourne, which if you didn't see that, that was a mess. That was a mess, but they rectified it in my opinion. They righted the ship. They turned the wrong and turned it right. Um, and I'm not going to really go too much into it, but cheating scandal and them coming out and doing the right thing. I feel like that was fantastic. And then they kind of came out to say like, hey, sorry that this year wasn't planned all, the season, first season I should say, wasn't planned out through its entirety. We're still working to make things right, but before we begin season 2 of the Lorcana journey, everything will be known from the start. So like they're building the roadmap, the entire roadmap for the second season of competitive play, and they're going to release it all at once so that everybody knows what's going to happen, which I'm super stoked for. That's something they needed to do, and they're going to deliver on it. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy. All right. So that was the Lorcana news here. We're going to kind of jump into the next one, which is, ironically, Metazoo. Now I'm going to pull this up here. This is the new Metazoo, Metazoo TCG YouTube channel. And you can see, they got 1.95 thousand subscribers, so very low. But for those who didn't know, Metazoo is making a return. And you can kind of see one of the cards that they revealed on the front. I do have some thoughts on it we will go over in just a second. But Metazoo has been in an interesting place, right? Like everything that happened with the original Metazoo, and then it died last year, and there was a lot of, oh my God, what's going to happen? And like, oh, the rise and fall of games. And obviously, TCGs are more popular now than they have been probably in the last couple of years. Pokemon is a prime example of it. Now, a lot of these newer games have come and gone. Metazoo was one of those that we thought came and then left, and it was gone forever. And some of us still think that maybe they shouldn't have come back. But there was, quite a lot of fans of Metazoo out there that were really hoping the card game would get revived. And then, Meta 2 bought the company Meta 2 bought the game out, bought the whole IP, not just the game, and have been slowly working to redo the game, redo the cards, redo the lore, and just kind of like bring a fresh new perspective of it. So this is the showcase of their first batch of cards they're revealing for the TCG. But before we kind of get into showing some of this video here and you guys get to see the sneak peek of the cards, I did think it was very interesting that they released pre-orders for the booster boxes and everything before any of these cards were actually revealed. So when this video went live, which on the time I'm recording, which is Sunday night at about midnight, you could see that this was only 2 days ago. And pre-orders went live, I want to say like February 12th, I think. And it was something weird and random, like, stores only had 2 or 3 days to pre-order before they shut them off, which is kind of a crazy timeline to be like, hey, you've got 2 days. We sprung this up on you. You've only got 2 days of pre-order, or you missed the boat. and a lot of people weren't happy about that. But the other thing is the booster boxes are only going to have 24 packs, and their MSRP is going at $120. And we'll see in a minute. The community has a lot of mixed reactions to everything that's going on in Metazoo. I would dare say that the Metazoo fan base is actually more disappointed by this card game kind of being revealed more and more than not, which is crazy to think about, how dedicated the fan base has been to this game. So, um, and I'm not gonna sit here and say anything about this new MetaZoo game or the new company. They're completely different people. The OG Mike and whatever Andy, his name, they're gone. Their game has died. It is done. That is not coming back. I mean, they're still liquidating all of that MetaZoo stuff. So I mean, it was pretty hefty and messy, but this new company is not them. So I am willing to give them a fresh slate and a fresh chance. And, there's a small inkling of a possibility I might pick some of this up, probably on the secondary market, because there's zero chance I'm buying this at $120. I mean, honestly, anything more than like $60, I'm probably not buying. And I'm not even saying that I will buy it, but I might try to get some of these cards just to see what they look like in person. However, I can tell you already, I don't really like this. I don't really like this style of card. I don't really like this style of art. And the fan base is letting them have it. So we're gonna just play and kind of watch a brief moment of this. So that's the new card back right there. It doesn't look terrible. The new aura cards don't look terrible. They're full art. I kind of dig the watercolor, Crayola aspect, but these new Terra cards are weird, and I just don't like. It feels to me like it's the new Star Wars Unlimited game. That's what I immediately think of when I see this, but like a worse version of it. And a lot of people aren't very happy about this. So it's definitely interesting to see what's going on here. You got the caster card. I mean, you get the idea here. It's a very interesting card design type. This is not MetaZoo at all. Like they completely said we are not gonna do anything like the new MetaZoo or the old MetaZoo. But the thing that's really crazy is the fan base is just not having it. I'm sad to see even the folklore locations on the crypt is gone. Um, yeah, if you have all your artists make real physical art with pens, pencils, paint, like the original MetaZoo was, I bet your entire rebrand would feel much more authentic. Um, sad to see it likely won't be janky and unique like old Zoo. So, in another dimension or another timeline, Meta 2 picked up where MetaZoo left off with War and SCP and was wildly successful. I mean, you can see that people just are not happy with this, as if I didn't need another reason to drink. Um, yeah, we went from hand-drawn art that's full of life to mediocre CG. I mean, there are some people that are, super excited for stuff, but a lot of people are just down and out about this new art style. And I mean, frankly, they're not wrong. I am not impressed by this either. And this is not the hater side of me coming out saying, like, I hate MetaZoo or anything. Like, I low key kind of hoped that it would be better and it would at least bring another, new game back into the market, and it still might. I'm not going to say it's not going to. It still might, but it's this is not it. I know this is not MetaZoo, and I know they wanted to get away from the old MetaZoo, but I feel like just like completely remaking the game was not the greatest idea. I, I mean, who am I? Who am I? Um, yeah, most of the fan base is not happy with this at all. Like they hate the art style, they hate the cards. The thing that really kind of blew my mind is people were comparing this to Lorcana, as like an insult. These cards look nothing like Lorcana to me. This looks like Star Wars Unlimited or like a really bad version of a Bandai game, to be honest. This looks more like One Piece than it looks like Lorcana. But like just a very bad version of it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this at all. If this is the way that they're gonna be, yeah, I don't see it lasting all that long, to be completely honest. I mean, like half the fan base is already turned on the new guy, not really giving him a chance. So, I mean, he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Like the new Metazoo team has got a lot to do to rectify the mess that this is right here. Um, I mean, I don't know. Maybe just the loud vocal ones are the ones posting comments, and like a lot of the fan base is just not saying anything about it. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you actually like this or not. And no shame, obviously, if you do like it or not. But very interesting to see. And I don't know. It's very interesting to see that they finally released some cards, and that's kind of what they look like. I don't know if it feels rushed. It's very underwhelming. Um, but again, the thing that like really killed me was the fact that they put pre-orders up and wanted you to spend $120 on a booster box with 24 packs before you even knew what the cards looked like. Um, I I don't know. I don't know. And they stated that they're not going to be doing like any other reveals, or most of the reveals are going to be coming in March, not even this year. Like they threw this up there, I think. This is my opinion. I feel like they threw this video up with some of the showcasing of the cards as like kind of like a, let's put the PR fire out real fast, because there was so much backlash against the new booster boxes. But I don't know. I mean, hey, maybe it's just me. But yeah, it was not really well received. So I don't know. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to Mythik TCG. Now I'll tell you what, for a TCG having a solid start to the year, there's none better than Mythik TCG. I will tell you that now. I am a huge lover and player of the game, so I might be a little biased, but fantastic things have been going on. So we have the new set, Forbidden Tides, coming later this year, and it's been confirmed that it will be coming. We've been getting sneak peeks of it often, but let's take a look right over here. We're on the Discord for the Mythik TCG, and highly recommend you guys join this if you haven't. But they put out a roadmap for Q1 and Q2 2025, and I love that. Again, the roadmaps, fantastic. Every TCG should do that, just to give some transparency to the community, and kind of just show you what's coming. Like what are you working on? What are you doing? The last thing anybody wants to see is a game that nobody's talking about and nobody knows what's happening next because nobody is saying anything. Um, so here we're already right here. We're pretty much past all this. So January to February is finalized the secret archetype plus new miscellaneous cards for Forbidden Tides. We've already seen those, and we can go over some of those here in just a minute. But they did already release this, and I love that they broke it down in 4 phases too. It just makes everything so much easier to track. We are now in the February-March timeframe, so Forbidden Tides pre-orders go live with special promo cards, battle deck ship. So we have not actually hit the pre-release or the pre-order, I should say, for Forbidden Tides yet. That should be coming soon. We're talking within the next couple weeks. That is likely going to go live, and it will be a kind of a print-to-demand type of order here. So if you're wanting to get in on this set, definitely get in on it. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that Mythik is still going to be doing the half booster boxes for this. So, I don't know, 10 or 12 packs or something like that in it. for a half the price, like a $40-$50 box price. So makes it much more affordable and easier for people to get boxes of these. It's basically they're just trying to get the next set out and do it in a way that's cost effective for the consumer. So I'm happy about that. That's something that actually the feedback was given to them and they listened and took it and ran with it. And Max is fantastic for doing that. He's very much about the community, so it's been awesome. The battle decks have been on pre-order, for a while now. If you haven't pre-ordered one, I highly recommend you go get them. At least get the Norse battle deck because the two general cards in there, Thor and Mjolnir, or not Mjolnir, Mimir, are rank 3 cards that are pretty difficult to pull in Twilight Immortal. They're also very key cards for the Norse deck, but you get one of each for free in the deck. Like it just comes with the deck. Not hollow, but it comes with the deck. So that's a huge bonus already in and of itself. The decks are coming out very playable. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the special promo cards for the pre-orders are going to be. I'm excited about it. I'm definitely pre-ordering a ton of that. Loving everything about that. Phase 3 is the manufacturing. So March through May is going to be 50,000 Forbidden Tides cards printed, packed, shipped to warehouse. Spring tournament. So, and that's the other thing too. So 50,000 Forbidden Tides cards printed. I think was like roughly like 500 booster boxes. So 500 of those half booster boxes or whatever they are, printed roughly, shipped to warehouse, and then the spring tournament. I can't even speak right now. The spring tournament is going to be happening. We've already had the winter tournament, the first tournament of 2025. We'll talk about that here in just a second as well. And it was a huge success. So I'm very much looking forward to the spring tournament. It's definitely going to be one you guys don't want to miss. Seriously, get into the game now. You'll love it. It's a fun game. It's very easy to learn, hard to master, very fun to play though. And then we got release and distribution phase 4 in June through July. Forbidden Tides official launch, pre-order ship, summer tournament. So there you go. You can see that like there's already a roadmap for the first 2 quarters of the year. And as we get closer to like phase 3 and maybe even the phase 4, I'm sure there's going to be a quarter 3 and 4 roadmap release because Max is about getting that information out there and communicating with the community. Very, very big on the community aspect of it, which has been phenomenal. And also why I recommend you get into the Discord because that's where you're going to hear of things first and fastest. So I've loved that they've done this little roadmap. And there's been little things just going on like this right here. In December, he announced that we're going to be starting a monthly Foil Fest get together in the community hangout channel. Just an opportunity for fellow mythologists to hang out, show off your collections, and connect with each other. We've already had one of these Foil Fest. It was fantastic. Actually, I think we've had 2 of them. We had the January one and we had the February one already. And just a bunch of people jumping into the Discord, showing off their cards, talking about the cards, talking about mythology in general. Like there's been a lot of good ideas spurned from all this too. So this is the other big thing that Mythik has done recently is Mythik achievements, which is crazy because it's like this whole checklist. I'm gonna put it up here. It's like whole checklist of things you could do. So like a tier 4 achievement, which is like the highest tier you could go, is win a match without deploying a champion. Nobody's been able to do that yet. I still don't know how you do that. Win a match without declaring attack. Win a match with 1,000 heartbeats or less remaining. Win a match the same turn you deploy your first card. Win a match using the power of Nike Goddess of Victory. So there's a lot of very tough challenges in there all the way through. It's 2 pages long, and honestly, that has been super well received by the community. The big one, though, is the Remote Duel Championship happened back in January on the 18th. that was the winter tournament, and it was very, very successful. Um, let's see, they had 8 people. I think it was 8 people, right? Yeah, 8 people come in and compete. It was a day-long event, a few hours, but it was well worth it. It was so much fun. Had 4 rounds, had the knockout round, championship round. Um, and you know what? Where does it say? Oh, right here. So, winner received 1 copy of the Tier 5 gold foil Nike Goddess of Victory. So, like one of those achievements said you'd get a victory by using Nike. Well, you can only get Nike by winning these tournaments. And then winner will also receive a $100 gift card. Winner will receive a Mythic first place gold medal. Runner-up will receive $25 Mythic gift card, and runner-up will receive a second place silver medal. So, that is kind of how like the tournaments went, and of course it already happened. 8 people, and it went super super good. And then we went through it all. I actually ended up playing in the tournament and got second place. I was a little bummed I couldn't crack the armor of Raxi for the first place, but that was a thing. I got second place, so I'm still stoked about that. But then he had a contest. They did a contest as well for art. And it said, basically you can create as much art as you wanted. Um, you submitted it in, and I think it was the top 2 artworks for each. There was a reimagining a card that already exists, and then a brand new card with mythology lore kind of attached to it. I think there was 2 in each category that won. And it was a really good way that got the community going. There was tons of entries into both art contests, which is a thing I think more TCGs should do, to be completely honest. But they got a lot of responses for that. A lot of people put artworks in, and then 2 reimagined artwork contest winners got their cards printed. Well, they're not printed, but they're in Tabletop Simulator. Like, the card got made. The digital card is ready to go. The physical one, I think, is going to be in Forbidden Tides. I'm not entirely sure, but they're pretty sweet though. Like, I'm very much looking forward to it. And then it said Forbidden Tides development is almost complete. We're hoping to get all the new cards up on Tabletop Simulator next month, and pre-orders will go live towards the end of February. That's already happened as well. So everything's up on Tabletop Simulator, and then the pre-orders are coming up very, very soon. That's why I said, like, the next week or 2, we should be seeing pre-orders for Forbidden Tides, the end of February. So, and the new secret archetype here was the Druids. There's, I think, 12 different Druid cards. We got some more Cuddle Muffins, which have been incredibly popular to a lot of people. The Cuddle Muffins are like the cutesy mythology cards. We've got a new 1 of 1 full art coming in here. And this one is really interesting because Rhea has not been in any set so far. This is a brand new card, and there's only 1 of them being made. So Forbidden Tides is going to have this really awesome chase, this 1 of 1 Princess of Mother Earth, Rhea. Very much looking forward to that. And then there's a lot of alternate art reprints, which is going to be really cool too. But the last and final thing that was really big for Mythic lately is the start of the Team Battle League. So Mythic League is a thing that Max and all of us have been really, really wanting for a long time now. It looks like it's finally, well, it doesn't look like it. It's already started. But it is fantastic. This is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time, and we finally got it up and running, and man, has it been successful and super fun already. So 2 players per team. So it's a 2-player team. Unique name. Each player must have access to the TCG mod, and then we actually did $10 entry fee so that we could provide real trophies and small prizes to everybody, which I am all for. I mean, $10 is, and it's $10 per team, so it's really only $5 per person. But it's great to be able to do that and then get some like kind of cool prizes out of it, you know. But we got 4 teams already, and this is just like the trial run of the Battle League. So next season will be even better. But team battles is like a new format that we've been doing, and oh my god, is it so fun! It is incredibly fun. In fact, I have a video from the first week of it from mine and Norse. We're the team together here. We're Mjolnir's Might is our team name, and we kick some butt. I'm not even gonna lie, we kick some butt here. And as you can see right here, the 4 different teams. Haunted Runes, Team Skull, Mjolnir's Might, that's me and Norse, and then the Mythic Narwhals. And we've already started the league, like I said. Week 1 was last week. So, and Norse and I won. I will say that. I won't say anything else because I want you guys to go watch the video when I drop it here, probably in the next day or two. But that has been incredibly fun. The Mythic League has just been amazing. It's really kicked the community into overdrive. And I tell you what, man, Mythic is just bumping right now. A lot of people think because it's a small game, it's dead, it's gone, it's out of here. But Mythic has been growing really, really good over the last few months and just has been really kicking it up a notch. And it's fantastic to see. Also wanted to say that Mythic may or may not be at some conventions this year, and I may or may not be with them at those conventions. So if you want to come see me, say hi, get me to sign some cards, whatever, then stay tuned to the announcements for Mythik TCG because I'm going to be partnering up with Max here, I think, and trying to make some of this come to life. And maybe we even do some small tournaments or something at these conventions. So stay tuned if that's something you're interested in. Again, join the Discord and make sure you are watching everything because you never know when he's going to put those announcements out. But we're still working on those anyway. All right. And then the final game we were going to talk about is Nostalgix TCG. You guys know this was the first TCG that I really fell in love with. But basically, the Kickstarter finally shipped. The Cosmic Collision has finally arrived, and lots of people have been getting their booster boxes, and the community has loved it. Honestly, I have been jumping onto the Discord and seeing all these people talking about, what they've been polling, and we'll go over to it real quick. I posted, some of the stuff that I polled in my live stream I just did. I will have another video up for a booster box and some other stuff. But people have been posting all their polls for a little bit now, and the whole community's just been so excited about it, and it's great to see because this game is fantastic with some fantastic artwork. And yeah, there you can see that was like my haul from Kickstarter that I got. Very much loving all of this, but see, I see Krakenbeard and Hero Helper V, but I got the Atomic Frog Rainbow, and I have not seen anybody pull that yet. So pretty cool, All right. But Nostalgix has got a lot going on for them right now, too. They've been doing meetups in Minnesota. So if you're in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area, definitely make sure you're joining the Discord here because they have gameplay. I think it's every week. Maybe Bad Wolf, and I feel like there's a couple others. And if any of my shop owners that play Nostalgix, you're carrying it, you're playing it, comment down below. Maybe people can find you guys and come out and hang out with you and play some games. But Nostalgix had their big release, and it's been really fun. The set is really great. Like I said, I still got some products, so I will be opening up some more stuff. You'll see some more videos. But lots of people been opening it up, and it's really kind of picked everybody back up again. We're going with it. Just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But this was the one thing I didn't want to say about this set is like it's really cool. Let me switch back over. It's been really cool is because they've included like this classic Vault set. So you can see it's like it's pixel art. which is awesome. But then it's got this cool reverse foiling on there. And this is all stuff from the base set. So the very first set. And, oh, I think there's like a couple of those, yeah. And it just keeps kind of going on and on there, which is nice. But then they have like, look at this, rainbow rare card. So this is I think you only get one per box. But it's got like that oil slick, almost like that Pokemon Sun and Moon style foil on it. Really, really cool. And you get things like this. And those lines on there are texture. So it's actually texture. You can feel it. These are the Void Rares. They just look fantastic. I mean, you got some really dark art in these. You got some really light art in these. The gameplay's still super fun. Just, they're really good cards, you know? This has been a fantastic set. This truly has been so far. And we're not even done. Not even done. But with the Nostalgix Kickstarter, they had a lot of good stuff that came with it. Some of it was the new Secret Shards, which comes with a guaranteed Nexus Rare. So if you didn't get one of these from the first few sets, first 15 sets, I guess I should say, you could get that. But I mean, like, look at these alternate art cards, man. They are just so good. They are so good. Unbelievable. So yeah, very, very cool. And the cool thing is that they actually have some extra. I'm not going to say a lot. There's some extra of everything, you know, promo cards, booster boxes, decks, everything like that, that will be going up onto the merch arena. And I think it was on the 22nd, February 22nd. So if you're interested in any of these cards, like these sweet promos here, King of Sweets. Oh, the Kabu Noodle Shop. You guys, if you guys know Juan, you got to get the Kabu's Noodle Bar. This is the card that he made for Nostalgix way back when. And really, really good. We got the Corvus and Shiga arts there, back to back. Actually, I think it goes this way. Yeah, there you go. So it's like a dual art. And then probably my favorite card of Nostalgix ever is this like Creator Nost light version. Unbelievable card. And it's cool because the gold trim on the card here, like, so you kind of can see it, kind of can't. It's like textured almost, the gold trim on there. It's just really cool, really well made. I love these cards. So that's another thing that you could have gotten with the Kickstarter. And that they come in the box. That's the Secret Shards. Some other interesting things is I was actually featured on the Elite Hero box for this round too. So you could get a Collector Ren box, which comes with a promo featuring that nice oil slick foil. I truly dig that. And then it had 5 Cosmic Collision booster packs in it. And then there's the starter decks, the 2 starter decks, which were Taunt Tower and Shell Shock. I created those decks. You know, with a little help from Zabo. We definitely submitted the decks to him, and he tweaked them a little bit to what he thought would be good for a starter deck, which wasn't a lot. I mean, I think maybe it was like 1 or 2 cards each deck. We just kind of swapped in and out. But for the most part, I created those decks, and it's cool because they're like physical things now, physical product you can get. So some of those will be available on February 22nd as well. So you want to make sure you go grab some of that. Get a little taste of the new set. It's so good. You guys don't want to miss out on it. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. This is a long episode, and I'm getting tired, so I need to go to bed. But let me know down in the comment section below, you know, what you think about all the latest and greatest news. If you're into Lorcana, what do you think about the new Arcasia's Island set? If you guys are into Metazoo or fans of Metazoo, let me know what your current thoughts on the cards and the new MSRP booster box and all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's something we will probably be watching here on the channel in the future. And then for my indie card game lovers, Mythology, Nostalgix guys, Mythic guys, Let me know what you think down below. I think Mythik has a lot going for it right now. They've been picking up the pace and they've been, full steam ahead. And Nostalgix finally got Cosmic Collision out, and I think that's given it the boost and kind of like the pick me up that the game needed to kind of get going again. So let's see what happens here. But like I said, make your comments known down below. We'll chat. And yeah, let me know if there's other games you want to see featured in another TCG talk or content creators or anything like that. I'm more than happy to do some research, look into all these other games and other people. So let me know. But with that, we'll see you guys in the next video.